Alright folks, welcome back. This is my fourth box. Just opened up basically the whole case. First three boxes were decent. My last number 3 wasn't the best. I opened the same box topper as I did in my second box. So I'm hoping to get a little redemption here. I'm just kind of cracking out and went back to back on these because I need some redemption. I think you guys deserve better that are watching. So let's go ahead and get to it. So yeah, I kind of got back in the swing of things in Dominaria. I kind of like the old school, the mechanics, the way kind of everything worked together. I really like the set. Core didn't really go anything, or the guilds. I guess I'm kind of hot and cold like that. But I've been playing it for free on MTG Arena. I do have an MTGO account, which is that a dumpster fire or what right now? I saw the statement coming out from one of the buyers, so look at that. At least it isn't too bad. Maybe a sloppy box is a good box, huh? Put that right there. Where I live now, I don't really have any friends that are into gaming really. I play them on PlayStation. It's not really fun because I usually end up working them. So, but back where I'm from, a lot of my friends, they play board games, D&D, stuff like that. What kind of games are you guys into? Obviously, you're watching this, you're probably into Magic. So is this the lucky box? Is this the God box? That's what I'm hoping to catch, but I think the odds on that are slim to none. But you don't know until you try. Foil Kitchen Finks, that's pretty cool to start out with. I mean, I'm not going to complain. The Wall of Reverence is booty. But I'm pretty big into sci-fi. Definitely a nerd. I just binged watched Ancient Aliens for the last probably 2 months. George Sikulos inspired me to grow my hair out. I'm more of a Star Trek guy than a Star Wars guy. Star Wars, no offense, but I just never got into it. Kind of bored me. Which, I'm sure there's people out there that think that a Star Trek, that the Next Generation, was really big part of my youth. I'd watch it every, I believe, Sunday night, and I was really into it. Even in, I think, in 6th grade. So, still big into the Star Trek. The last one that came out on CBS. That's fleeting me because I'm trying to put good juju in these cards. Rune Snag. With... God, let's get the crap out of the way first. Oh, I'm getting some good uncommons. I mean, shoot. I just need to transmute that into some good. Something I watched was produced, I think, by the fans, for the fans, was the Star Trek Continues. I thought they did an excellent job on that. You can find that online on their website. I think it's StarTrekContinues.com. Just really enjoyed the, nostalgic feel. I like the original Star Trek series. Which, up until, I think about 2013, I binge watched the original Star Trek series. Because I never really watched it growing up. It wasn't really on cable, back when Next Generation was out. I bet you we had 12 channels. Didn't have Netflix, the interwebs. Foil God's Willing looks pretty neato. Another herb org. I still kind of like the new Star Trek movies. They've made it a little more glamorized Hollywood for the masses, which I could leave that, but I thought they were pretty well written, well shot, and you know, I'm all about content, new content, so I'm trying to be an optimistic person, glasses half full, so I'll definitely take any new content and try to take the good out of it. Spider connoisseur sees the day. It's time for some Mythies. Fresh and Alter. I think that's the first one out of my case I've opened so far. I think that's a decent rare. Let's change it up. I've been opening these up towards the end. I gotta see what's in here. A foil Dark Depths. That's pretty sweet. I don't know if it's not like a Lily or any of the you know, Carney, the bomb rares, but it looks pretty cool. So let's leave that real quick. So I'm kind of jumping around here, but I'm kind of interested in, you know, what were you guys' first, the sets you liked the most when you first started? Me, I guess I kind of like dark. I don't know why. The darker border cards, I don't know what it was, but I just really liked the dark set. It's really nostalgic. I was able to buy a couple packs for $5 and $8 or something back in the day. Oh, foil and tomb, that's pretty cool. I think Mesa is probably one of my favorite cards based on nostalgia. I can't really say the Lotus or this and that's my favorite because I've never owned one. Time Walk would probably be my all-time next to the Maze. The artwork's awesome. When we first started, there's a group, older guys in a local gaming store that we called the Mox Monkeys because they had a lot of the older cards. And they didn't really like us young kids playing their group games. They just weren't really persons. That just wasn't their deal. There was a couple of them that were pretty decent to me, but hell, I probably wouldn't like me now at my age compared to what I was, you know, when I was 16 either. So it's just the way it is. But I remember one time I played in one of their group games and really pissed them off. Back when I started, like, instead of just making quirky little decks, I decided to make something to win. I don't know. That seems weird nowadays, I guess, huh? But back in the day, you just kind of made decks and played and enjoyed playing, not necessarily trying to win every game. And I used a deck, it was Channel Hurricane, after I got a Glacial Chasm in play. So, yeah. I think I did it intentionally to irritate him. He didn't really want to play with me after that. My first successful deck I made myself, that's another thing that got me out of Magic, was when everybody started making net decks. It took the creativity out of foil Life of the Loam. So I just kind of was like, this is kind of lame that I go to tournaments now and everybody's playing the same decks. So that was one of my main reasons getting out as well, besides my collection getting stolen, or a big piece of my collection. But it was I guess you would call it a Timmy deck. So I had Prodigal Sorcerers, the Ice Age version, the Zern Spellcaster, I think, and then Triskelion, Clones, and basically I'd just get my Bokers out and I'd either waste your creatures or waste you. God, this is just a crappy run on these last two boxes. But I had a lot of fun with that. I don't know if I really had Vesubin in it, or counter spells or anything like that. It was a pretty heavy creature that worked well back then. Yeah, later Royal Assassin. I'll just poke it. I'm getting tired of seeing this card. If you need any Ulamogs, hit me up, because I'm tired of looking at them. We called that the Fat Modi. That was one of my favorite cards back in the day. I mean, they were rares. They may be worth about $5. Now they've been reprinted so much that barely worth the card stock around. It was just a lot better abilities nowadays. Back then, a 5/6 flyer, that was a fatty. I mean, you had that, you had a Sheevan Dragon. I actually had a Lord of the Pit deck. That was one of my other group game decks. When I started, trying to make a deck that's going to win an 8-person group game. I ran those breeding pits. You got to have something to sack to that fatty Lord of the Pit. Yes, that was played. Didn't have the luxury of some of the big fatties today that don't have all the drawbacks. And then I kind of, over the time, I turned... Oh, there's a Tarmogoyf. That's my first in my case. Happy about that. I've only owned one of those. I found it in a Future Sight box I opened that was just sitting around. I didn't even know I had it. I sold it. I can't remember what I even got for it. Probably not what it's worth now today, but yeah, my deck evolved from Lord of the Pit and that. I added okay, bear with me here. What was the name of the card? The Homelands card that put 3 little 0/1 surf tokens into play. Those little sackers. And then I had, I can't remember, I think it was a black card that creature with power 2 or less is unblockable. I also had Cabal Ghouls that I eventually got for it. And I'd also run Ashnod's Altar. I'd swing and have a bunch of tokens in play. I think I eventually took out the Lord of the Pit. I'd swing with a bunch of tokens, there were 1/1s or 0/1s, or I'd make an unblockable, and what you didn't block, I'd sack a bunch of them to what? Something that, I heard in some other YouTubers' video that don't get played too much. I think it was Open Boosters. Howl from Beyond. That was pretty good. Things were a lot different back in the day, The stack wasn't around, so there was a lot of stuff that was just kind of left to interpretation, subjective. So you didn't see a lot of counter spells back in the day. And when I say back in the day, I'm talking 98, 99. Didn't really. I mean, the term "in response" was used. In response instead of on the stack. Fulminator Mage. So I didn't usually wait to the tap, but I didn't really worry about a bolt or a counter spell, really. I remember going to one tournament where the guy was joking about he had a nightmare that was like at the end of the game, and he arcane denialed, and on his upkeep when his opponent he drew a lightning bolt and bolted them to death. So that was like the first time I remember people talking about counter spells. I'm sure plenty of people did play with him. I'm just saying that around here it wasn't so much. Alright, I need to finish this box with a bang. I got more boxes I'm going to lay off for a while. I kind of invested in some, so I can't just open up all my investments. But things go well enough, might do another box opening. Last, I appreciate anybody that's tuned in. Any content or questions that I could better suit you, please leave it in the comments. I hope if you've opened a box you've had a little bit better luck than I've had on these, but all in all this box hasn't been too terrible. I can't complain. Until next time, take it easy.